Hey you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I have another installment of what I melted from a singular brand from all of 2020. So before we're getting started, this is on its last legs. I've had this on for almost a week at this point. In many videos you guys have seen this in, but I will tell you it's on my nails. It's from the Essie Gel Couture line and the color is in number 350. Gallivanting, and it's really nice, a really nice blood red color, and I can say it's barely chipped, but I'm like kind of almost ready to get a new color on. Like, that's how much I love these things. They actually last. So really impressed with the Gel Couture line. So today we're talking about Rainbow Melts. Rainbow Melts is one of my top vendors. Crystal is the owner of Rainbow Melts, and she's a one-woman show, and her husband does help her when it comes to packing things up and shipping it out. But Crystal, it's kind of changes. She does mystery bags sometimes on her website. But the best way to follow most every vendor, I will say this about Rainbow Melts as well, is to follow her on her Facebook page. So really important to follow these vendors on Facebook because that's when they make their announcements. So I really do enjoy Crystal's wax, and I'll keep saying that. But like a couple other vendors, her wax throws like crazy. Less is more when it comes to Rainbow Melts and what you need to put in your warmers. Obviously start with a little bit first if you're new to the vendor, and then play with it from there. If you need to add more. But really, honestly, I will say you get a really good bang for your buck with Rainbow Melts wax because you don't need a lot to get quite a throw. So in saying this, we're gonna go through, I have a lot of bags. I'm not gonna go individually. I'm just gonna tell you, first of all, unless I otherwise state, these throw between a 9 and a 10 for me in my home and my warmers. And I'll try to remember to put the card up above, the latest warmer review or my original one. I might put both of them up there for you just so that you can take a look. Lots of samplers, and that's where I love to pick up her waxes, through the samplers. And I know that she's got one for February 1st. I'm not sure when this is going up, but February 1st, she has a coffee sampler and a cookie heaven sampler. So they're both both of those are her top sellers. And so then she does blends mixed with each of those. This was a loaf that I had. This was Dark Night, which is blackberry, palo santo, and marshmallow fireside. Fabulous, you guys. I really enjoyed this one. It would definitely be repurchase of mine in the future. Another great one, Haunting Night, which is a leaves type and marshmallow fireside. So I never thought to put leaves and marshmallow fireside together, but they did very well, and I really did enjoy this one. Melted this generally throughout the months in the fall. Really enjoyed this. I would definitely repurchase. This is probably one of the oldest little pieces I have, but let me tell you right now. So the nice thing also I'll say about Rainbow Melts is all of her melts, no matter what size they are, they tell you the name, they tell you the website, they will say what the scent note description is and the pour date. So this one was November 5th, 2018. I'm filming this at the tail end of January. This throws like crazy. So this little tiny, I want to say 1 ounce container, I'd split this in half and then melt them in 2 different warmers, and you get a tremendous throw. So Red Nose happens to be one of my favorite scents from Rainbow Melts, and that is Tart Cranberries Glowing Ginger Ale. I love ginger ale. It puts a smile on my face. It almost smells cold. I really do enjoy the Red Nose. Then we have one of her most famous blends. This is Zucchini Jam. This is described as creamy zucchini and strawberry jam filled donuts. Probably one of her classic scents, and I can understand why. I absolutely love this fragrance. I have repurchased it many times, and it's been put into her customer samplers, which the customers of hers will vote on what their most their favorite scents are from all of it. She's got such a huge list, and this almost always makes it into a customer sampler. So that is Zucchini Jam. Next up, we have Deck the Halls, and Deck the Halls is described as rich fir notes, orange peel, garlands of cranberry, dried lemon slices, golden spun sugar, and a touch of vanilla. I believe I like this one, but it wasn't like my absolute favorite. This actually, I thought that Red Nose was like the oldest one I had. Clearly, this is. This was in 2017. I melted this at some point at probably the winter months of 2020. I like this one. I wouldn't be something I would go and run out to get again, but this was very lovely. Java Bistro. These are all like bags that she has, and they were in shapes and things like that. So some of these are from her samplers and so on, but Java Bistro is absolutely awesome. Vanilla hazelnut coffee and vanilla butter fudge glazed donuts. Really great. For me, and I will say this about any vendor, when I want a coffee sampler or a coffee mixed with something. I want coffee to come first, so love it. So very, very nice. And another one that was in the coffee area is frosted espresso. This is described as espresso, caramel, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, and sprinkles. I don't know if I smell the sprinkles to be fair, but this is also a very, very good melt. And again, part of her coffee lineup. So good. So Crystal listened to her customers, and when we were like, oh my gosh, like one of the best melts ever is Yankee Candle's sun-drenched apricot rose, she went out and she found the right stuff to make it. So this is her take on sun-drenched apricot rose by Yankee Candle. This is juicy apricots and soft rose petals. The only thing I will say is I wish there was a little bit more apricot that came out in this. But otherwise, it definitely is a repurchase, has been a repurchase, and I love this one. I highly recommend. I just want her to put a little bit more of that juicy apricot oil in, because the rose definitely is a fairly strong scent, but I really do enjoy this one. So these next three were made because my friend Ramona and Ramona is Ramona Talk here on YouTube. She also does wax melts. I went out in the spring of 2019, I think it was. Gosh, so long ago. It was either, I think it was 2019. Anyway, I went out there and visited with her out in Texas. And while we were there, we decided to go do the Texas Triangle. So Ramona lives in Houston, but we went and did Houston, we did Dallas and San Antonio. So anyway, really had a blast with Ramona, and while we were there we did a couple different videos, and one of them we went live and we were just talking with a lot of you guys, asking about like some really interesting combinations, and you guys came up with some amazing ones. So what Crystal did is she ran with this, and I thought that was so sweet of her. So she made these huge cookies, and they can chop them up almost into 8 pieces, made it into like a little sampler for people to purchase, and it was overall, it was Kim and Ramona's excellent venture. So I'll just start with this one here. So this was a coffee, cranberry, and tres leches cake. This was delicious. Love it. Cranberry can never be put into too many things. I love it. Coffee, love. Tres leches, oh yum, sweet, decadent yumminess. Love this one. I have backups of this, by the way. So Texas Triangle is Texas blue bonnets, vanilla, and leather. I really enjoyed this one too, and the leather wasn't too powerful. Like, it wasn't synthetic, super synthetic smelling, and it wasn't like run me out of the house. So the vanilla and the blue bonnets definitely kind of helped that along. Really enjoyed this one. I also have this in a backup. And Texas Road Trippin'. This is Cookie Heaven, lavender, and Earl Grey tea, and this is so delightful. I really enjoy this, and these were huge cookies that I think I split into eight pieces, got lots of use out of them. I also have more of this in my back stock and absolutely love this one. Then we have Frosty Days, which is described as icy peppermint, eucalyptus, and juniper berries and sage. Don't like sage. I remember I didn't really enjoy this one a lot. Sage for me is just a no bueno, and I believe the sage did come out a lot in this one. Not my favorite, but I know lots of people do enjoy this one. It would not be a repurchase for me. This was Batty. This is Cider Lane maple sugar cookies. Very, very nice. A little sweet because of the maple sugar cookies, but very, very enjoyable. And I had this one, it's a little bit older, from 2019. I did melt this one in the fall months as well. Very nice. I do enjoy Cider Lane. I would repurchase this, but maybe as it was a part of a sampler or a smaller piece of wax like this was, and just like a little shape, I definitely would. Masquerade, toasted grahams, pumpkin, peanut brittle, and caramel. Very, very nice. And on the border of being a bit sweet, because you guys know about how I am with ooey gooey scents, as I described. Masquerade is very, very nice. I probably wouldn't be something I would repurchase in the future. I've got plenty of other things from Rainbow Melts that I would absolutely order from them time and time again. But I know, again, a lot of people enjoy this one. Black Cat, which is black chamomile, black sea, and vanilla bean noel. Very nice and creamy, lovely. And also, what a really cool blend. Like, I don't see this blend offered very often by other vendors, so I really do enjoy this one. Probably wouldn't repurchase it on its own in a bigger size, but again, if it's in a sampler, I would absolutely enjoy it. So that is Black Cat. Sunshine Cake, yummy citrus, and birthday cake. So yum. It was really nice. It was like a lemony Angel Food Cake. Really enjoyed this one. So it's one of my newer pieces of wax. I believe this is the customer sampler or something like that. Anyway, I really enjoyed this one. I definitely would repurchase this in the future. Caramel coffee and zucchini bread, buttery caramel, sweet coffee, and zucchini bread. I would repurchase a huge amount of this because the caramel is quite thick. And again, that's what I would consider ooey gooey. So it's funny because home fragrances, I'm not an ooey gooey person. I love my gourmands, but when it comes to caramel, there's an overload or maple. But in perfume, I'm like, load me up. So go figure. I wouldn't probably purchase this on its own, but again, if it was in a coffee sampler, I'd be very happy to have this in my collection. Fresh pick linen. Again, I think this is part of our customer sampler that happened in around February, close to this time last year. This is one of her top fan favorite scents, and it's one of mine as well. Fresh picked linen is described as fresh picked strawberries and game type. Gorgeous. And I love this one in the bathrooms. Again, you don't need a lot and it goes really far. I highly recommend this one if you like your linen scents or your like laundry scents, which is a little strawberry. Very beautiful and absolutely would be repurchased in the future. All right, next we have cranberry cobbler and eggnog. That's all I got. It's good. I don't remember a lot of this. I know that they all throw well. This is from 2018. It doesn't even matter at this point. It could be 4 years old. It still throws super well. I love cranberry. I don't think, if I remember correctly, I didn't get a lot of eggnog per se, but there was definitely a cranberryness, which of course you guys know I love. So because I can't really remember this one as much, I would say if it was part of a sampler, absolutely be happy to have it in my collection. But I think that if I was given the option to just buy a small amount first to make sure I do really enjoy it, I would do that first. So that's cranberry cobbler and eggnog. Then we have Joy, which is coffee, sweet pumpkin bread, and butter brickle. Very sweet, very yummy. I think this one I wanted a little bit more coffee in it because I didn't feel like the coffee was like the #1. But I do enjoy this one. Again, if it was in a coffee sampler, I wouldn't be mad at it. But if it was my choice to just purchase it on its own, I probably wouldn't purchase this on its own in a larger size. But again, I know it's a fan favorite. Stocking stuffer, peppermint candy canes, cotton candy, vanilla icing. Well, yes, please. It smells and sounds very good even right now. My mouth is watering. So yeah, absolutely. I would repurchase this. I love all those notes. And again, her wax throws. So 100% would repurchase this in the future. Plum tart, plums, warm vanilla crust, and hints of citrus with bakery cinnamon. Yeah, it was good, but I don't know if it would be something I would purchase again. Like I say, if it was in a sampler, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I wouldn't repurchase a full size. I have to go faster, you guys, because I have a lot to talk about. I'm already like, at this point on my camera, 15 minutes in. Cool Beans. It is one of her top sellers. I love this one. It is on my list of top scents from Rainbow Melts. This is iced coffee, whipped marshmallows, and caramel drizzle. 100% would repurchase. Absolutely. Angel Tree, balsam and cedar and soft cashmere. It was okay. Probably wouldn't be something I'd go out and buy a lot of. But again, if it was in some sort of Christmas sampler or some sort of sampler, I wouldn't be mad at having this. Strawberry confetti cake, sweet strawberry and confetti cake. Yummers, yum, yum, yummers. Yes, please. I would buy this in a loaf. Ho, ho, ho. Gingerbread cookies and brown sugar cream cheese icing. Very nice. Again, I wouldn't be mad at this if I got it into a sampler or if I purchased it in a sampler. But I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy like a big amount of this particular scent. Cinnamon Noel. This is sweet cinnamon candy and vanilla bean Noel. Very nice. Not a big cinnamon fan, so I probably would pass on this one in the future. But those of you who like cinnamon, it is like a sweet cinnamon mixed with a nice creamy vanilla bean Noel. Coffee Lounge, strong coffee and a shot of Kentucky bourbon and sweet Amish bread. I really did enjoy this one. I actually enjoyed this more than I thought. So this would definitely be a favorite of mine. 100% would repurchase in a larger size. Snuggle Baby, which is snuggle type, bedtime bath and baby powder. This was good. It wasn't my favorite of all, like the laundry sampler I believe this was part of, but I do enjoy this. I wouldn't hate it again if I had this, I found it in my collection again, but I wouldn't buy a huge amount of it. Biolage, clean shampoo matrix type. I really enjoyed this one. It reminded me of the Matrix Biolage shampoo and conditioners and things that I used to use when I was a kid. Really enjoyed this. I love this in the bathroom, and if I would definitely purchase this again, I'm not in a loaf size, but definitely I would purchase this in the future. Cafe Treat, caramel coffee and strawberry pound cake. Yum, 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 and yum. So Would I purchase this again? Yes, not in a large amount, but in a nice controlled manner amount. So Cafe Treat would definitely be repurchased. Santa Snack, strawberry, buttercream, and sugar cookies. Yes, this whole set note description is right up my alley. Yes, I would buy a larger amount of this. Yuletide, Palo Santo, Christmas trees, and fireside. This was lovely. A very interesting blend again. Palo Santo is, I want to say in 2020, 2019, 2020 became very popular. Blended with so many things, but this one was in her Christmas sampler from 2019, and that's why it's got a Christmas tree in it. So this is nice. Again, I wouldn't go out and buy it like a big amount, but I would not be mad at this being in my collection. Halloween candy, sweet trick or treat goodies. This was good, not my favorite. It's like, it was like opening up your sack of candies at the end of the night from trick or treating, and all the mixtures of the sweet, the salty, you know, all of that. That's what it smelled like. It was good, but it wouldn't be my purchase in the future. Okay, you guys, I have to go a little bit faster because there's just so many. You guys can tell I really love Rainbow Melts by how much I've been melting. Coffee Made Me Do It, a Cafe Espresso, Lavender, Sugar Cookie, Whipped Cream. Yes, would be repurchase. Comfort Zone, a clean and cozy blend of bergamot, apple, sparkling citrus, patchouli, musk. Okay, but not a repurchase for me. Making a List, cranberry apple marmalade, and French baguette. Surprisingly good, and I would definitely purchase this in the future. Sweet Espresso Mornings, espresso, blueberry waffles, vanilla ice cream, and sugar cookie. Scary to me that there was blueberries in it, but the blueberry didn't like claw out too far ahead, but I probably wouldn't repurchase. There's a lot other espresso scents from Rainbow Melts that I enjoy. Caramel coffee, zucchini bread, buttery caramel, sweet coffee, and zucchini bread. I think we talked about this. I like it. I would definitely purchase it in the future, but maybe not in a large amount. Lemon marshmallow, can't go wrong. This is pretty much a staple standard for most vendors. This is lemon curd marshmallow cream. Very, very lovely, especially in the kitchen after you've made perhaps a meal that's a bit fishy or anything like that. You want to clear the air. Lemon marshmallow is the way to go. Coffee shop, espresso coffee, vanilla bean marshmallow, and butter cookies. Yes, I think I've talked, I don't even know, I'm losing track. Yes, and I would purchase this in a larger size. Cookie Heaven, which is one of our standard scents, which is like original. This is gourmet sugar cookies, Danish butter cookies, and vanilla butter fudge. Yes, 100% yes. And this is the sampler that's coming up. It's got Cookie Heaven mixed with a lot of other things. So stay tuned, February 1st. Fairy Tale, which is zucchini, Danish butter cookies, and butter brickles. So this is part of her Cookie Heaven sampler, as you can tell. So yeah, this was all good. Everything from her cookie sampler was awesome. Sweet Espresso Mornings, I think we talked about this one. It wouldn't be repurchased because of the blueberry in there, because there's a lot of other coffee scents that I love of hers. But if you love blueberry, go for it. Cup of Joe, espresso, Starbucks coffee, and brown sugar. Gorgeous. Loved it. I would definitely purchase this in the future. Rainbowine, salty pretzel, sweet pumpkin, and caramel apples. Very nice, very intriguing. I never thought to put like a salty pretzel in with all those other things, but it worked and I really enjoyed it. Probably repurchase this in the future, but a smaller amount. Shiver with Fear, peppermint, rosemary, mint, and cotton candy. Very, very nice, but not necessarily a blend that I feel like I have to go out and run and get. Voodoo, sage, black pepper, and Palo Santo. Again, I loved everything but the sage. Sage probably wouldn't do it for me in the future. Coffee Heaven, Strong Coffee, and Cookie Heaven. So two of our most famous, like popular scents blended together. Absolutely would purchase this in a large amount. October Moon, leaves, oud wood, and blackberry jam. Yum. So good. Highly recommend. Love it. Would repurchase. Lavender Cream, lavender, vanilla bean Noel, and sweet buttercream. Yes, love this one very much. Great for the bedroom. You're going to need a bigger boat. Also one of her top scents, and I really agree with that. This is Sweet Strawberries and Ocean Breeze. Just another one of those beautiful laundry type blends with a little strawberry that's really good. Works really well in the bathroom. Silent Night, we have flannel sheets, sugar plum berries. This is very nice. Would repurchase. Sleigh Bells, silver birch, blackberry jam. Love this one actually. I would definitely repurchase. Broomstick, Palo Santo, lavender, sage, and citrus. Again, like probably not in the future because of the sage. Sage, oops, sorry guys. Sage to me just doesn't work. my nose, I don't know. Mistletoe Breeze. This is fresh, crisp mistletoe and downy clean breeze. This is nice, but wouldn't be something I'd go run out for. It definitely is, to me, it'd be a bathroom scent, but I have lots of other bathroom scents. Last but not least, we talk about zucchini jam, which is, again, her creamy zucchini bread, strawberry jam filled donuts. Gorgeous, love it, and it's very popular. So I didn't mean to rush you guys, but there are so many different things. And as you can see, I did go through quite a bit of Rainbow Melts. So as always, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.